Hey, girl. Thank you. You look cute. We made it. Oh, started a little late, but third episode, things happen. We'll figure it out on the other side of it. Yes. Hello, hello. Hi, everybody tuning in. Just give it a little bit more. Go ahead and share. See if we can share this live.
I'm trying to see how that do
Hello, everybody. Listen. Hey. All right. Hello, I am Myochi.
And I am Renee.
And welcome to the 40 Spot, where we discuss the highs and lows of being 40 and everything in between. Our between for today is that we've had some technical difficulties, so recording may be a little off, but we're going to get this done. We have a lot of great things to talk about. We have a special guest that's going to be joining us, so we are very excited. And of course, anytime we do something new, everything goes crazy. So, we said the party must go on. I mean, Renee did the first episode with COVID, so we can manage this. Yes, absolutely. So, I see people coming into the chat. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us tonight.
We're definitely behind.
Yes. I got a text like, "Hey, are y'all going?" I'm like, "Yes, we are. We're coming. I promise."
Please like, subscribe, share the live video, follow the 40 Spot on all social media platforms, and just kind of let us know where you're coming in from. I'm sorry we may not be able to acknowledge you because we definitely, appreciate, you all waiting on us and coming in.
Yes, and I would like to add, like, in the comments, if you hear anything weird so we can make an adjustment, just let us know. It is so fine. We want to make adjustments as we can to the sound so it doesn't get any weird feedback. So just let us know, please. But we are in for a treat. But first, we're going to do our Wow We Were Out. This is a segment we introduced last week, and we are still very excited about it because, as you guys know, we go live every other Sunday, and it's so many things that happens within those 2 weeks. Like, we actually go through, like, okay, should we talk about this? We can talk about, it's a lot of things happen in 2 weeks. So, but the first thing we want to talk about is the Supreme Court Justice nomination coming up. President Biden being in a position to actually make good on a promise.
One of the promises.
We gonna take it. We're gonna take it. But interesting enough, Justice Stephen Breger, am I saying that right?
Briere.
Thank you. Briere is retiring, which is very interesting because this is a position that people hold until death. So, I mean, that's a whole nother conversation of what y'all think is really going on. Like, is it sickness? Is it you got a case coming? Who knows? You never know, because people usually don't retire from this position. However, this is an opportunity for President Biden to make good on his promises. And the promise, one of that specific promise was to get an African American Supreme Court justice. And guess what? Now is the time. So we are excited about it. Been trying to follow it. We'll talk more about it when we get more information. But seems to be one of the top contenders is Judge I may chew up her name, but it's Judge Kitani Brown Jackson.
Yes.
She actually clerked for for Stephen Briere. So that's interesting. She went to Harvard and Harvard Law, but she seems to be one of the top contenders. And there's about 9 other people. So as this story unfolds, we will definitely talk more about it. But we happy. We get at least one of these promises.
And this also give a lot of people a lot of hope because there's a lot of Black females that are qualified to hold this position. So that's actually good. And for whatever they're
Absolutely.
doing in their life as terms of law related, um, for their cities and states, there's only going to be one, but the others, they still are going to do great things just to be highlighted.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. So last 2 weeks ago, they did the Janet Jackson documentary. There's been a lot of mixed reviews. I have not seen it yet, but I have it recorded. Um, from what I've been seeing from the snippets online, it's just kind of, we don't know too much more.
Right.
They're definitely, she's always been private. I think the Jackson family has always been private. Michael probably was the most, just due to his popularity. People just want to know what was going on. Um, and of course, everybody wanted to know, did she have this mystery child with one of the DeBarge brothers back in the 80s? But there was this young lady that did a DNA test with the mother, and Dana don't lie. It was 98.6% that they are relatives. But Janet Jackson declined to do a DNA test. So it's not like, oh, you hid her and Reedy raised her. It's like, you gave this baby up for adoption.
Yeah. And that didn't, I mean, a lot of people were looking for that story to come up because it was a big story, but it didn't. But the story that did come up that everybody talking about is Jermaine Dupri. When I tell you, people try to figure out, oh, what stops someone from cheating? It is amazing to me as many men love and lust after her that he cheated on her. It's just like, bruh. First of all, people didn't even expect y'all to be together, but you cheated on her? That was the biggest shocker.
When they was going together, I forget what show Chris Rock was hosting, and he was like, Janet Jackson go with him. Said all this time, I
I
didn't
had a chance.
think everybody had a chance. And it's I guess it's one of those things where, yeah, you idolized her, you wanted her, and you finally got her. So it's like mission accomplished. Back to my regular whatever.
Exactly, because the thing about it is people are going to be people no matter who they're with. And that just proves it. No matter who they're with, people are going to be people. They're going to do what they do. But that was interesting. Funniest thing that was all the memes. That was like all the conversation on Twitter. Like that was the biggest takeaway. So yeah.
She was going to cheat.
Yeah, exactly. So the next thing we're talking about is a sad story. Miss Lauren Smithfield. This actually happened in December, but the information came out in the last 2 weeks. Miss Lauren Smithfield was found unresponsive in her home on December 12th. The family has came out and they are fighting because apparently she met someone on Bumble. He came over and they were having a drink. This is the story that he tells. And then she started throwing up. She lay down and he woke up and she had blood and seemed like she wasn't alive. So he called the police and they came. Interesting enough, the toxicology report, it actually says that they had fentanyl, promethazine, and hydroxine in her body. So who's mixing those things? Nobody's mixing that themselves. and that's one of the things the family said was, first of all, that it is not an accidental overdose because that brings up more questions. She did not have tequila and these things. Nobody's mixing that up. Nobody's trying to turn up and take, because hydroxine is antihistamine. Who trying to turn up and go to sleep? Nobody. I mean, I personally, this is my only personal belief. I am not an official media source, but it sounds like you drugged her, And the other thing the family's upset about is the fact that the police dismissed it. They dismissed it and they say, "Oh, we didn't do an investigation because he seemed like a nice man."
Oh.
Yeah. Like, what was that?
Like a nice man too.
Honey, and nice men do stuff all the time. Nice women do stuff all the time. So what does that even mean? But what I didn't like the most about this case is when it first came out, how the media, like, it was the undertone, because the headline was that after a bumble date with an older man, as if she was trying to be a sugar baby. And it's like, first of all, if she was, that's her business. Say it again.
How old was he?
37. She's 23. And I just had to show y'all a picture. When this picture came out, it was like, y'all are trying it for real. First of all, she's beautiful. He's a good looking white man. Looks like you met someone and you were trying to hang out.
And 37 is not sugar daddy. Hey.
No, now definitely older than her, but not sugar daddy. And he doesn't look like, oh, this older man. He looks like, okay, somebody I can hang out with. So, protect black women. That's all I have to say about it.
At all costs, protect them.
And I really hope that the family continues to fight this, because it is very, it's very questionable. It is very, very, very questionable.
Yes, I definitely say, and it's kind of giving the feel of like Ahmaud Arbery, where the family just kept pushing and putting pressure and trying to get the information and the story out from them,
right,
to the public. So now it has gained, nationwide attention. But with that particular case, those men, they had some police connections. So maybe this could be
exactly. I'm sure it probably is. It has to be, but it definitely needs to be. Her death needs to be investigated, and how they went about this needs to be investigated for sure.
It's crazy. So it's
So
crazy. But one of the other things, on another good note, that everybody needs to know, we are on Spotify now.
whoop 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 whoop
We're
whoop.
moving on up like the we getting there.
We are, and so we've submitted for other domains, and so we will definitely know when that happens. I will let you know. We're gonna put this up right quick. This is what it looks like. We are very excited about it. You can go, we have a link in our bio, so you can click on the link, or you can go directly to Spotify. Here's the thing. When you put in the 40 spot, you will not see it. It's very interesting. So you have to scroll a little bit. But that's the wonderful thing. You go listen to it. That's going to bring us up a little bit higher. I was on my phone like, oh, where are we? Interesting enough, it's there were several like podcasts that came up under 40 spot, and none of them are called 40 spot. There was one that was an episode because it was their 40th episode. It doesn't matter. We're there. We're happy to be there. So please go listen, download, comment. Well, not comment, but subscribe. Tell people about it. Share. We're excited. One step at a time. We are happy about it. And the very last thing we're going to talk about tonight is I did my 5K today. So, and I freaking forgot my my medal downstairs. But it was wonderful. I had a wonderful time. Woke up this morning with my shoulder hurting. I was like, is this my body? Is this my mind? I really don't know. But it was great. It was cold. It was so cold. It was 29 degrees, and then we're waiting between the buildings because it was in downtown Atlanta, and it was even colder. My big toes were numb. But I'm like, I'm just gonna keep moving. I was so excited. So I made my time. I definitely did a walk run, but I ran more today than I've ever ran while we were practicing. So I pushed myself, and it was so funny when I saw that finish. I said, okay, honey, like, let's get it. It was wonderful. The first 2 miles, my goal was to do like a mile in 15 minutes. which you can actually run a 15-minute mile. So I'm like, I could power walk now, honey. I could power walk with the best of them. So it was a mixture of running and power walking for me. That last mile, it was an incline. It felt like it was never gonna stop, and I was like, yeah, you about to get the walk. But I hit that down incline, honey. It gave me the energy and the push I needed. I just want to shout out my running partner, Fernette. She actually ran the whole 5K. I am so happy and proud of her. She actually used to run in high school, and this was one of her big goals for 2022. And it was so funny because last week after she was like, I'm thinking maybe I'll just keep up pace with you. We could just do it together. It's my first one. We'll have more. I said, I can't hit the. Not on my watch. I'm like, no, honey, you are going to shine. Don't do your thing. I'm running my own race, and I am so happy and proud of her. Just want to show y'all a little picture me with my medal. There, y'all see my medal? Y'all see it? Listen, honey, I was ready. It was a good time to be had. I'm like, maybe we should do like a 40 spot group next time. They do it every year. They do it in different locations. So that would be fun. Get some people to sign up and we do it. It was a good time. So I'm excited. So tonight, my drink, this is my little champagne. I think it's sparkling wine, child. I don't really know what it is, but I'm drinking it. This is my celebration. So this is what I'll be sipping on tonight.
Nice. I'll be at the JOB. But speaking of running and
yes,
Black History Month, it was a group on this day, February 6th, 1850, that's like, you know what? We out this piece. We finna run it back. So they had the Mayflower of Liberia. That was the name of the ship by some good white people, for real good white people that funded the sail back to Africa with them. So they sailed from New York. It was 86 former slaves that sailed back to what is now is known as Sierra Leone. So they had a colony there that actually was welcoming people back to the motherland from America. So that was one of the things that they did. They ran was like, we out this piece. Like I'm not gonna stay here to see what's going on or whatever. So we definitely need to go there to see.
I was just about to say that sounds like a trip. That sounds like a trip that needs to be had by me and everybody else. That's another 40-spot trip. Let's go back to our roots, honey.
Exactly.
I love it. Well, not our roots, but see.
So some of them was like, I don't know if they had the foresight. Like, guess what? It's still gonna be ugly over here for a while. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna just take my chances with a new land.
Yeah.
It's my original land. And we just gonna see how we fare over there.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of talk about going back and a lot of tries, and we were stopped a lot of times. So, I'm happy to hear that story.
Yes, because what a lot of people do not know, even when Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, part of it by 1955, all of us was supposed to have our black asses out of here.
Very true. But here we are.
It wasn't just like, okay, I'm going to free you. Y'all need to go back.
But then it was like, who's going to do the work? So here we are. And another wonderful Black History fact, just in case anyone didn't know this, I have on my little pink shirt. This is the month of love, and Valentine's Day is coming up. So guess what? Frederick Douglass' birthday, February 14th, 1818. Here's the thing. I probably heard it a long time ago, but until we were like looking up things for the show, I didn't even know that. So that is a very interesting Black History fact.
Absolutely. And speaking of Valentine's Day, I know a lot of people, they feel like the people that's on the side chicks or the side guy, the jump out, you don't get February 14th. You get the day before. But let me tell you, that's not no bad day to be had. That is called Black Love Day.
Okay.
February 13th.
Tell me more. So,
don't let nobody, if you in an entanglement of some sort, Don't get mad by February 13th. I think I'm going to start doing February 13th. So this was created in 1993 by Ayo Handy Kinde, and it was to celebrate the uniqueness of Black love and culture. Because everybody know, ain't nobody gonna love you like a Black lady love you. Black love is the best love. So
Amen.
this is a 24-hour display of Black love demonstrated towards love of our Creator, for yourself, for family, within the Black community. And one thing about it is that each year they have uh like a focus or a theme.
Hmm.
So as this year's is reparations, to repair, to reconcile, to restore the love. And it focused specifically on race relations
Hmm.
and putting the fifth tenet of demonstrating love for the Black race into action. Because love is definitely an action, an emotion, and a feeling. So it's all encompassing.
I
So
love that.
so give me February 13th.
Well, I want them both, but I definitely think I will be celebrating February 13th. I love that. I love that, and it's in February during Black History Month, so it's very appropriate. So I love
Oh
that.
yeah. But if you want to buy two gifts, you can spend that money.
Yes, honey. But speaking of gifts, and I mean, the benefit of celebrating February 13th is it's all about, giving of self and not necessarily a gift, but you could give a gift. But speaking of gifts, so, we like to look up things that we're talking about in 2021, just last year. Y'all know we were in the middle of a pandemic, still dealing with a pandemic, but in the middle of the pandemic, we spent here in the US $21.8 billion
With the B,
for Valentine's Day. $21.8 billion. That is crazy.
that's a
And
lot of roses, shopping.
little cards that say "Be mine" for the class. It's a lot of too much to say that people don't love their neighbor enough to wear a mask. Topic for another show. Cause it's just like we spend that much for love, but we can't love our neighbors.
Exactly. Exactly.
Honey. Well,
I know Erica said that's crazy. I put a question in the comments like, let us know in the comments, what are you buying or expecting to receive on February 13th or February 14th, or both days from that special someone. So just let
anybody?
us know. You can always DM us, email us.
Yes.
Um, let us know, how are you contributing to this? Which is how much money you said it was?
$21.8 billion. That was those PPP loans and that them stimulus checks they were sending us. We just gave it right back. We gave it back. Here you go. Gave it right back to the government.
Not a damn thing. I know that's right. It's like, guess what? I am the gift.
Hello.
I am.
Definitely. But we're talking about love, and like we said our last podcast, that this episode is all about love. And what is the best thing to do when you're talking about love, but bring in a love doctor?
I love it.
So we're bringing in comedian Renard Hirsch, and he is a self-proclaimed love doctor. We are so excited to have him with us. Like we said earlier, we had a little bit of technical difficulty, so he's coming in now.
Come on in.
Yes. And so, I don't know if you guys remember from the very first episode. Hey. Renee kept talking about her birthday twin, and this is actually who her birthday twin is.
B-Day twins, Leo style in the building.
You know
We
better
unite
than
like the
us.
Wonder Twins.
Yes. Renard, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yes. I really appreciate you guys having me. It's just a wonderful privilege to be here as Bernard Samuels to let you know,
Come on, come on, come on.
let you know where your place is and where you're supposed to be in whatever you're
Don't
recording.
tell me my place. Like that might turn into another show.
Look at how bad you man. Lord.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah,
And it is again, like we said, he is a comedian, so you know.
yeah. So make any advice I give y'all, be sure to take it.
That is
Well, let me ask you a question. First things first. What is love to you?
Uh, Love to me is spending quality time with a person that you love. Like no matter what level or relationship, if somebody's willing to spend time with you or put time into you, whether that be a mother, uncle, woman, in any kind of relationship, I think that's the most important thing.
You know,
Quality.
it's crazy because I would say, and we kind of going into that, time is the one thing that is priceless. You cannot get time back. Once it's gone, it's gone. Like there is no price tag on your time. And I think that is so significant. That is so significant. That's such a significant thought. So,
Yeah.
well, thank you.
What
Okay,
is wasted
okay.
is wasted.
well, I
Honey,
haven't felt the love always from you. I don't get quality time.
You feel like it's been wasted.
Yeah.
Why now?
maybe we need to do something about that.
Because I don't
This,
get it serious.
that's what this is.
Oh.
Is that? Oh, okay. Okay, well, I mean, I don't know. I ain't in it. I'm not in this one.
Time we go ahead and get them out.
We having a good time.
Oh, Renee, but Renee, what's the type of love? Tell us about the types of love.
So initially I thought there was three, but there's 8 different types of love.
Okay.
So you have philia, which is the affectionate type of love. This is love that's amongst friendships. So deep friendships, close friends. So then you got pragma. This is enduring love. So this is mature love that develops over time, and it's reciprocal in relationships and stuff. And just remember, these just are not talking about relationships between like romantic relationships. These are relationships that you have with your best friends, your family members, those people in which that you love. So you have storage, which is familiar love. So this is between parents and children. That's what type of love. And then you have eros, which is you got to put the roll the R eros. That's
Mm.
the romantic love.
That's the erotic
Expression
love. Maybe.
infatuated, and physical pleasure.
Mm.
Infatuated
Yeah, you know about that.
involves farting too.
Yeah. If sometimes people get
Hey,
inside, they gotta poop.
I'm learning something new
You
today.
get the bubble.
But you know what? That is real love. If you could poot in front of the person you with,
That's what we call
love.
infatuation. Y'all learned that today. Y'all write that down.
Let me get my pen.
Don't say the 40 spot didn't teach you nothing today.
Inflatulation. Okay.
Ludus, not confused with Luda. This is a playful love. So this is flirting. This is the beginning stages of intimate love. It's definitely emotional and stuff like that. Which I'm a very flirtatious type of person. So take that with a grain of salt. Some people they just like to flirt. Then you have mania, which is obsessive love. This
Mm.
is that dangerous love. This is that love that people turn off Lifetime movie about that crazy lady over their man
Mm.
to watch the 40 spot. So this is the obsessiveness and madness of a love partner where they just feel like they cannot live without them. And you have philatia, which is self-love. So this is a healthy love for yourself, which I think we all need to have more of. Definitely need
Absolutely.
to have more love for yourself. And then you have the agape love. Some people said this is the love that God has for us. This is selfless love, where you do things to help them, like you just put yourself in that other person in front. So it's empathetic, and this is love towards anyone and everyone. So those are just the types of love.
That's the
8
types of. I didn't know there was, that many types of love. So that is interesting. I learned something new today myself.
And what was the word?
La la. What?
What was the word you said?
Oh, infatuation.
Oh, okay, and
And we're gonna
inflation.
add that to the night one.
Partner,
Inflation.
and it's cool.
I thought you loved me. Don't you have inflation? I know that's right.
We just moved up to inflatulations. We getting a lot closer.
And for them to stick around after the fact. That's
Oh
good too.
yeah. But sometimes it's so bad that you got to leave it.
You can't just grab a candle.
This person eat when I'm not around.
Okay.
Lord have mercy. Well, I was gonna ask how do you show love, but you already told me quality time and letting somebody fart in front of you.
Oh, yeah. If I'm gonna be around all them hours, I'm gonna need to know the air quality is gonna be good. You know what I'm saying?
What about with her?
I mean, she can at least go to the bathroom if it's that bad.
What about you?
Oh, I walk out the room if you want me to.
If you want me to. So that means if you have to walk out the
It ain't
room,
that bad.
if you walk out the room, that means there's
I don't
no
eat goat ever.
inflatulation.
No,
You never had no goat?
I do, but go give you gas.
No, it just be fine. It might make the fart stink because they use extra spices and stuff. But that's what makes it good.
Let me tell you, that curry goat though, honey.
Oh yeah,
Honey.
yeah. That's how I judge every Jamaican restaurant by their curry goat.
Honey.
The rest of your menu is trash.
Well, mine is oxtails, and it's really the sauce.
I feel good too.
Listen, that's my first, but the second one definitely is curry goat. And if your curry goat send me, this ain't it. Okay, first of all, the taste, and if it's sending me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's soul food. It touches soul. It be so hot. The plantains be popping. And then you got the cabbage. Man.
Now I'm officially hungry. And I think food, I think food is how I show love. That's how you show love to me. You show love to me by feeding
My
me.
love language is food as well.
Absolutely.
I know, but I like to eat a lot.
Which we eat.
Everything. I eat Jamaican. I eat pho. Yeah, you ever had pho? It's Vietnamese soup.
Pho?
It's good. They call it a pho. I know it looks like pho, but
Oh, it's pho.
yeah.
Okay, I've never had it, so okay, thank you. Thought it was pho.
You can get any kind of proteins and stuff in it. You can get with all vegetables if you want to.
Okay, I'm about to try that. I'm about to add that to me. To add to my list of things. So we talked about food is
Y'all from close to the
She
water.
it's alligators from the ports, but she from.
Hold on. What part you from?
New Orleans.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They got the best seafood in the world.
Oh yes.
But we don't have gators in South Carolina.
Why not?
Talk to the Lord.
Ain't there some swamp down there or something? They don't want to live there. Y'all need to do more to recruit the alligators to South Carolina.
Wow. Maybe it's the water
Alligators
quality.
taste really good. Cause I went last time I was in New Orleans. I went to the Howling Wolf, and then I got these gator balls, and I ain't even know gators had balls, but then they fried them up and sold them to us.
Like,
Renee, don't listen to him, Renard.
No, they was,
Don't listen to Renard.
no, it was like in a ball, like a hush puppy. So
Yeah.
Gator meat.
I've had it before.
Man, it was fire. And with the char grilled oysters, man.
Woo! And that right there. Oh, you ate good in New Orleans.
Christmas tree kicked it. Yeah, I'm
Well, Renee, the man has told you.
eating hurricanes and beignets all in the same day. I'm stuffed.
and then you over there with your girl just pulling your weight.
Then I let it rip. Soon as we get to the river.
So food is definitely your love language. So that is something to remember. So we're gonna so there's actually technically 5 love languages. I am more than sure there are some other things, but Acts of service is one, and I would think food would fall under there. But just to go there, 5 love languages. The first one is words of affirmation, and just kind of go back. The 5 love languages was created by Dr. Gary Chapman. He did a lot of marriage counseling. He came up with this concept. So I'm sure there's another list somewhere that says there's more, but his list are these 5 that we're going to discuss today. So words of affirmation is when words of affirmation is your love language. They build you up. You thrive on spoken affection, praise, encouragement, and compliments. Harsh words and criticism can bother you for a long time. So words of affirmation can definitely be a love language. Like, and when, you'll hear people say, oh, when the last time you said something about how I look, or all those things, because that is something they need to fill their love cup. The second one is how is that hitting for y'all? Where is that on your meter of?
Yeah, I need that. I need people to gas me up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Renee?
Yeah, what? Yeah, I think that propels you to go that extra level when you can't go on no more. And somebody's like, hey, you know what? That's a nice zipper you got on your jacket.
Hello.
I'm like, hey, you know what? I think I can face the world.
What about you, Renee? How you feel about words of affirmation?
Yes, that is definitely in my top 3 when I took the quiz. I don't need to overtly be in praise, but I definitely need to know that my partner notices me. And not just me physically, but what I'm doing and what I'm going through, because I just may need, those things, like you said, that's a nice zipper, but like, oh, wait, you really can't zip that zipper by yourself.
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
Yes.
Girl, you got some pretty knees.
Yeah, they not ash.
They not ash, they shining, they're oiled. They're oiled up.
The woman took the effort to put that lotion on there for a reason, so you can
Hello.
And then you can put your hand on that thigh.
Is that the goal to put your hand right back?
That moisturization, and then you're like, oh yeah.
Let me make sure my legs stay moist. Gotta keep my legs moist so I get that hand on the thigh. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice.
You gotta keep it moist and wet at all times,
Well, I would say for me, words of affirmation, that is it's not my number 1. I would say probably 4 out of the 5. These glasses are driving me. Sorry, guys.
People talking about the food on the chiming in.
They still hungry.
They like an oxtail.
You done made all of us hungry, Renard.
I might try to get some pizza or something.
I'm gonna eat as well. For sure. Now I'm like on my list. But I would say words of affirmation is probably number 4, but it is nice. It is nice, like you said, Renee, to have your partner to see you and not just to be like, oh babe, you look good today, but just to encourage you, to say, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and just kind of lift you up, like, girl, you the bomb. You know what I'm saying? Doing basic stuff like, oh, you study? I know that's right. I'm giving you your accolades like that. It's kind of like, I'm going to be doing this anyway, but to kind of gas you, like you said, Renard, like that is, I love it. I didn't think, honestly, that was something that I liked until I was getting it. It's not the number 1, but it's definitely on my list. So number 2 is acts of service. And this is anything that your partner does willingly to ease your workload is a sign of love to you. You feel cared for when your partner vacuums before you get to it, or makes breakfast as a surprise. On the other hand, broken promises or laziness can make you feel unimportant. So broken promises, I don't know if that goes under acts of service. Maybe it does. It doesn't. That's something else. I don't like people to break promises, but that's something totally. But let me tell you about acts of service. If you wash my dishes, I'm in love. Okay? I'm in love, you in love. It's very basic. Like, give me tingles all over, okay? Because I don't like washing dishes at all. If you know me, you know me. I hate washing dishes. And people say, but you have a dishwasher. I do not care. I do not like washing dishes. I don't know what it's about. Honey, but you wash dishes? You got me. Like, that's bigger than gassing me up. Honestly, that's bigger than food. Because I get my own food.
It's just the dishes. Is that's what you want to try to say?
Dishes. Listen, dishes.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
what
got
they do
me.
for you?
Ooh, act of service, man. Shoot, I mean, yeah, just never, if you're in a relationship and your girl see you about to take a trip, she like, let me pack the bags, and I'm like, cool. Then like you pick me out some outfits, you know what I'm saying? But if I show up
Okay.
in the next city on stage and I look like a fool,
It's gonna be a problem.
yeah. I don't know what, man. It's a good act of service. What's a good thing people can do?
Well, what do you like people to do for you? Where it's just like, you know what, I'm very appreciative.
Uh, Man, I'm just grateful that anything that anybody does for you because I mean, people don't have to do nothing for you. So I'm
Yeah.
just really grateful anytime anybody does
Okay.
anything out their way.
Yeah. And maybe acts of service is not really high on your list, and that's why it's not something you can even think about. Somebody does something, it's thank you, but it's not like, oh, this is telling me how you feel about me,
Yeah.
and that's perfectly fine. Everybody's different. Renee, is there an act of service that's like, yeah, you mine?
Personally, like I do like when a person I'm very, very traditional.
Mm-hmm.
Take that trash out, keep my pump the gasoline. Pump the gasoline. I hate pumping gas. Hate taking out trash. Um, even just like reaching up to reach something high up on the because anybody who know me, you gotta be 6 feet tall to ride this ride.
Yeah, she
So
has requirements.
it meets
Yeah.
those
So
requirements myself. But those type of things, just being kind of mechanically inclined, even though it may not work or whatever, but at least you're trying to figure stuff out. Like
Right.
I just remember like my uncle and them, they just always was doing stuff around the house, fixing something, trying to build stuff just to kind of improve the house, whether it was something that my aunt said you need to do X, Y, and Z, but that was just what they was. So just being handy, those type of things definitely is it's good. I reward you later.
Okay, okay, okay. So number three
oh, in
is
other words, hey, you got a 5-piece wing, give her that last wing. She'd be like, oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat this whole thing.
Well, number three is receiving gifts. I think that's pretty explanatory. You want gifts. That's something that that shows me that you're thinking. And maybe it's because it shows that you're thinking of that person. But it's gifts. Gifts is not my love language. I definitely like gifts, but it's probably number 5 in that list for me. Like, you're buying me gifts just means you bought me gifts, and I'm appreciative. And I actually love to give gifts, but for me, it's more of the thought that goes into the gift. It's not like high up that say, "Oh, you in love with me." I think you could spend money on anybody, so that's not something for me. What about y'all?
Oh man, just yeah, I say just what you say.
It's my number 5, and I took
Mm-hmm.
the quiz recently, but then I took it several years ago when I first heard about it. And gifts is still my last thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Okay.
good to know where now knowing that gifts or giving gifts is a person's love language, that if people are showering a person with gifts, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're trying to buy them. That's just how they show and express.
That is a good point. That is a very good point. I mean, it could mean they're trying to buy them, but you have to, like you said, you have to consider that. And so that's a conversation. Like, so why do you give gifts? Because I don't want nobody trying to buy my affection. But like you said, if that's how you show your love, and that's why you have to have these conversations. So it's not a misunderstanding. So number 4 is quality time. Renard pointed to that earlier. That is definitely number 1 for me. It says quality time, and nothing says your love like undivided attention. Honey, I want my time and your time. That is just what it is. Okay. And I want you to be present. That doesn't mean be at the house. No, I want to be with you. That being with is so It's so nice. Meaning
Mm-hmm.
we're present with each other. Not we sitting here, we both on our phones. It's not a connection. Going on a date, like movies are great, but how are you connecting with that person? Because it's all about connecting. And the reality is, all of these are how we show love with everyone, not just with a significant other. So, children, there are some children that love, well, most children, they love being in your face. I mean, all the moms out there, all the dads, y'all can definitely attest to how much your children love to be in your face. And really, quality time, I think, is probably one of the only ways they know in the beginning how to really get that love.
So what about you?
What about?
With this quality time, like
Yeah.
how do you is that your number one you feel?
Probably so. Yeah.
As a comedian, how does that work? Because you have a very busy schedule.
Mm-hmm.
How are you able to give that quality time with the fact that you're busy?
That's why I'm single.
Well, at least you know yourself to know that you can't give what you
It's really
need.
hard to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I mean, all you can do is work it in when you can,
Yeah.
and hopefully, I mean, hopefully it's enough. But I mean, I get that. It's like some people, the being away is too much. So,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody's entitled to whatever they want in their life. So I don't hold it against nobody.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, quality time is very important to me, but on my list of the type of man I want a man that's ambitious. And so the thing about ambitious men that they are busy. Because if they're not working on a project, well, first of all, they're always working on a project. And not only are they thinking about that project, they're thinking about the next project. So, those are complicated traits to match up. I do realize that. But the reality is, for me, the fact you have to make the time. So I'm understanding. I can compromise. But if it's like you can't make that time, that means you literally have no time. You don't even have the time to give me the time. So that, and I think that's what Renard is saying. Like, I know what I want to be able to give, and I can't give that right now. So that's definitely an honest answer with that. What about you, Renee? Quality
Give
time.
me time to give me the time. That's like some good rap lyrics right there.
You know what I'm saying? Give me my credit.
What's your
It
stage
might
name?
be on my next MC Ren. I'm L Renard, OJ the Hirsch man, Renee the
Erica.
Ruffin.
Renee.
You pick whichever one you like.
Okay, I like Renee Ruffin.
Oh
I
Oh
yeah,
like
Lord. Y'all go on the road.
yeah.
Just make sure she can get on a computer every 2 weeks. That's all I ask to do the
Like,
podcast.
ain't nobody come to see you, Otis, Otisha.
I would never go back on the road with him. Side note, I went to Jackson, Tennessee with him and comedian Pierre.
Okay.
First off, I always have a problem riding in the car with boys.
What?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
That's the first thing. Don't do it.
Exactly. And just naturally, they're funny people.
Probably
And the
because Pierre was in
conversation.
the back farting. Probably.
No, y'all just know I had to be. You was driving, you wouldn't pull over.
Well, I don't even remember this.
He was trying to spend quality
He
time.
don't even remember because he always on the road. But it's just like, okay, all right.
Did you ask me to tell you? So you told me you needed to pull up?
Yes, I was laughing. I said, I got to leave.
Oh, I didn't remember.
I'm about to be on myself. And then they just keep on cracking good
What?
jokes. Good
That might be
jokes.
Pierre's fault. Maybe he might have kept it too jokey. I
No,
didn't
both
understand it for
y'all,
real.
both y'all, just cracking them good jokes, and I'm just in the back. I'm laughing and crying, and I just felt so horrible.
What?
And it's just like that little exit right there. It's just like back in the day when your mama, can we stop by? Can we go by McDonald's? Yeah, and you just go right on by it.
Gave you what you wanted.
No, I'll support you from the house. I can't ride in the car with you. Not with you and your friends.
I mean, so next time you have to meet them there. You have to go to the show.
What? Yeah, you just show up and be in the crowd.
Yes, I have separate cars.
Good show though.
It really was.
Man, they laughed at everything. It was like,
They showed you the love. They showed you all the love.
ready for a comedy show. They was like, yeah, it was clapping and laughing at him. I was like, man, I was like, dude, he ain't even on the show. He getting laughed. He's on the other building.
That's amazing. Okay, so number 5, our very last one is physical touch. In physical touch, holding hands, kissing, hugs, other touches are preferred to a preferred way to show and receive love. Because touch, it conveys warmth, it conveys safety. You walking down the street and you hold someone's hand. I think that is definitely a way to show love. A lot of people, they translate physical touch into sex. Sex is definitely under this thing, but it's not just sex. It's just that touch, someone walking up to you and maybe rubbing your shoulders and you're stressed, or holding hands and kissing and all those wonderful things. I would definitely say physical touch is on my list. It is not at the bottom. It is definitely important to me. It's an interesting story with my grandparents. Every time they saw each other, they would kiss. Like, every time they saw each other, they left. They would double kiss. And it's just warmed my heart to see that. So, I love doing that. I love doing that. And it was a beautiful thing. I mean, they had so many other things that for their love story. But, yeah, that is definitely on my list. It's probably more like number 2 or 3.
Ooh, that's high up there.
It is.
With you?
Yeah, it's up there. I was gonna say about 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? Touch me, tease me. You know. But
That's what I'm saying.
is it Case? What is that? Who sang that song?
Oh yeah, it is.
It is Case.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, tell your age. Come on, because we know it.
Black
Touch
365.
me, tease me. Hey. Yeah. What about you, Renee?
Yeah, physical touch was not in my top 3. But I guess I think when you take these quizzes, it kind of depends on like how you define it, right? Because physical touch, like you said, it could just be, those little, oh, I'm gonna massage your arms, let me hold your hand, whatever, like that. Those things are nice, but they didn't say it like in a sexual connotation. Like if it was that, Enterprise and higher. But I don't know.
And here's the thing, going back, like all 5 of these are.
I like when you touch
What the Case?
I'm just y'all know that they got other people in the room. Renee, I think physical touch is on your list, honey. It is on the list.
Gonna branch off like Power. A bunch of sub podcasts out there.
Bringing that money.
They make
Make that money. You got to.
They are.
Make some foot videos or something. Like feet.
Yeah.
They do. Where would you put feet in the 5 love languages?
What? Physical touch?
Probably.
What you mean? Like a foot fetish?
Yeah, I mean, because if we had to categorize things, and we have 5, I think certain things kind of fit. Like food. I think that goes into acts of service because you're bringing food, you're paying for food, you're cooking food. So where would you put the whole foot thing?
I guess 5 physical touch.
Yeah, I would too.
How important is foot love to you, though?
Oh.
I mean, like, people's feet is ugly, is it like you
Well,
less attractive?
I don't have to look at your feet, and typically most of the time, their feet is covered up.
Yeah.
So
it's not a big.
No, I don't, and I think maybe
it's not a deal breaker for you.
No, it's not.
So you walking around with ankles like Kevin Durant, and you like, all right, cool.
No, we're gonna have to put some lotion on, honey, because that's love. See, love, that's an act of service right there. I'm gonna be like, baby, come here. Let me get them ankles. I'm not gonna have you walking around looking ashy, rolling around in flour.
Well, act of service to him.
There you go.
Yeah, and then he'd be appreciative. He'd like, okay, cool. Nah.
She don't have me out here looking crazy. Exactly. Yeah, Lord have mercy.
Absolutely. So they definitely are intertwined. definitely intertwined.
Yeah.
So when they going back to gifts, so what's the most expensive gift you've received from a
See.
female, not your mother?
Ooh, those expensive. Yeah, probably a pair of Jordans and a matching jogging suit to go
Like the
with it.
classics, like the
Like
classic
some
old school.
what were they? They were like some some 12s or some 13s or something.
Oh, she waited in the line.
Yo,
Oh,
I have to comment on this. Hold on. Erica in the comments said the most expensive gift she received was a child.
I go with Erica. Yes, yes.
That's like some expensive love right there. She is, but Erica also said that her quality is quality. She's pretty funny. She's pretty funny.
She don't want to go on the road trip, so we're gonna have to take you.
She also said that quality time is her number one as well. Y'all let us know in the comments what is your number one for the 5 love languages. And one thing to remember about these love languages again is that it's not about just romantic relationships. Because you think about physical touch with my mom, when I see her, I hug her. And if she don't hug me, it's like, what's wrong with you? I remember one time, a couple weeks back, I had been exposed to somebody who had COVID. I didn't get COVID, but every time I saw her, I had on a mask. And so we're standing like this, looking at each other like, hey, bye, love you. And it was so weird because I wanted to hug her so bad. Fernette agrees with you, Erica. She said, true story. Kids are expensive. So watch out for this love making, because you making a love child, honey, and they expensive.
So what's the most you've spent for a gift?
That's a good question.
Man, what an engagement ring?
You was engaged?
Yeah, I was engaged.
We finding out all the things.
But it didn't work out though.
Was it the quality time thing?
What?
I say, was it the quality time thing?
Yeah, because it was long distance.
Yeah.
You just had the quality time that you need.
Long distance is hard.
In town, it was like 24 hours, all this person, all the time.
Yeah.
That's intense.
And it worked. It really worked out. It worked out a little better when we was long distance for some reason.
Yeah.
When we was in the same city, that's when everything fell apart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, long distance is hard, but I get what you're saying. Like my last relationship, that we were long distance, but when he was here, and it was like, you're here, and it was wonderful. It was almost like this little bubble, right? And very, very, very present. So I got the quality time, I got my double kisses and all that other stuff, but long distance is hard as heck. Oh my God, it is hard.
What's the most expensive gift you've given?
Me?
Yeah.
My time. And because it was wasted.
What?
Shoot. And I'm excited. Okay, something with a receipt. Oh, excuse me. You made me snort on that one, honey. That was the most expensive gift. Can't get that back. Can't return that. The time is gone. But anyway, I digress. The most expensive gift, a trip. It was a trip to Vegas. It was like I got the hotel, bought tickets to a concert. I mean, I was very happy to do it. I was very happy about going. First of all, I love Vegas. So this person had never been before. You know, I'm in love, so I like to chop money for experiences. I love experience. So that was probably the most expensive gift I've given.
Okay, and what about what you received?
Child, I should know, huh? I don't know. Maybe the same thing. Because what did he say? I missed it.
He said the most expensive gift he ever got was some ass.
Dang, what was the going rate?
No.
I guess it's about the same as a date. What, about $65?
I
need a sip. I need a sip.
You spend about $60, $50. So you're like, hey, if you meet a woman and you like, and she's acting like she don't want to do nothing, you like, hey, what's it gonna take to make this do it for me? If it's around $60, you be like, all right, cool. Yeah,
Okay.
now let's go to the next season of my Impala. Because I can't afford a hotel room.
Erica, yes, he did. He said some ass. Some ass.
He did. So you had me riding in that Impala and you had been doing it in the back.
But that
So we
one-
went
was
to
that-
jail.
was
Yeah,
that the
the
black
black
one?
one.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was, yeah, that was good.
Not that was a good
Clearly.
You know, but that's back before when you was young, and you know what I'm saying, you wasn't upwardly mobile, you didn't have no house, or sometimes
Still, but you just don't have
you got to go to Centennial. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
Listen, I'm driving. You don't be in the driver's seat, do you?
in the driver's seat, it's like the steering wheel be taking up too much space.
But the passenger seat.
Yeah, passenger seat.
I just can't ride in college.
What? Yeah, I mean, we all grown now. We got it.
I don't think I completely answered the question, but for me, the most expensive gift I received was also a trip. I had to think about it. I'm like, did I get something else? It was a trip to Jamaica. Wonderful trip. But then it was great. So yeah.
Okay.
Did you get?
I love traveling. Oh, I had to carry it first. Oh, I got a story. Oh my God, this curry goat was so good. And when I tell you I smashed. And I smashed again. And I smashed again. And then that night I got smashed. Do you hear me? Oh no, not got smashed. Sorry. Not in that way. My bad. No, I mean
Did you like really let this?
you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was a trip to Jamaica, so certain things, you know.
Like, dang, I was like, he put it down.
That's not what I meant. What I meant was my stomach got tore up. My stomach, like I was sick. I was sick. Like I couldn't move. I was laying in the bed, like, oh my God.
I'm pretty
It was.
You like straight porno style.
That was the plan, and it did not happen. That's hilarious.
She's an everything.
I put
Again and again. I totally picture like the headboard going back and forth, like the ceiling fan is like broken after y'all finish. No.
A point of clarification. I did say that. Oh my God. I did not mean it that way though.
I'm like, hey, this is better than Barbara Walters and Oprah.
Yes, it was definitely fluctuation overload. It was awful.
In that scenario, I'm thinking lots of infatuations.
Listen, it was awful. The next day, went to the beach. I was like, I have to get out of this room. I was laying up.
What I was picturing in my head.
So sorry to give you the wrong impression. Although, I mean, it was a week-long trip in Jamaica, so I'm just saying, some smashing did occur. But the smashing that I was talking about was my stomach. So I apologize. I was sick. And it actually went into the next day. Like, I'm laying on a beach. Like, I just want to get in the water. Like, and so I couldn't get in the sun. It was, like, that bad. I think I got a bad batch, but it was good. When I tell you, plate after plate, I'm like...
Yeah. Hell no.
Man, it was so good.
The first smash and the second smash, it sounded like that.
I mean... both.
That's what happens when you stay moisturized.
I got my lotion. Okay.
And one time, cause like every time I go to the barbershop, they always have like a little, it's like a little bag of condoms in a fishbowl. And I always call it like
I like that.
Like, you have information about sex, they have condoms, they have lube on it. So I always grab a couple of them out because I told my barber, I was like, "Hey man, these haircuts look so good. They need to come with condoms." Because you know what I'm saying?
Because someone's gonna want to smash.
So yeah, so I would get these, and so then when I was on the escapade, I would pull out the package, and then they would be like, and then so one time,
can
uh,
can we go back to Escapade?
huh?
Can we go back to Escapade?
Oh yeah. Like, yeah, I'm with that.
I like that.
Y'all was talking about her and Jane DeBarge and all these babies and stuff. And I mean, because really, I mean, it's cool. I seen Janet when she came last time to Nashville at the amphitheater.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was cool. But that's when she was dating the dude in the Middle East, so she had like a turtleneck dress on. She wasn't showing no skin.
I remember that she
Yeah,
did.
you remember that? I was like, dang, can we at least see some cleavage or something?
At least a little shape.
He was like, I'm gonna see this.
Oh, he was all up on her.
All up.
Yeah.
Would you have cheated on Janet Jackson? I know this is not the topic of discussion, but I gotta ask.
Janet Jackson. Well, we don't know what is Janet Jackson like behind the scenes though. That's what
We don't know. That is very true.
But what you think? Would you have cheated on?
Not if I'm Jermaine Dupri.
I'm talking about if you Renard Hirsch.
Oh,
you.
if I cheat on Janet Jackson, I mean,
You're taking a long time to answer this question.
Is she acting like the Janet from Why Did I Get Married?
I would say no. That was a character.
Okay, all right. So I mean, she's her same sweet self. I mean, because like when she was at the concert, she was like, "Hey, everybody, so many hits, and we're just getting started." And then it was people, it was dudes in the front row, like, "Yeah." I was like, man, I don't know if this is the most masculine thing to be. Like, I was like, if they catch them in slow motion, they gonna be real upset when they see that front row.
But
Oh my God.
That's the question. Would you cheat on her?
I mean,
He don't know.
I'm not.
Cause why? Cause people do what they do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
That
Really
see. That's what I'm saying. People do what they do, no matter who it
I
is.
mean, but yeah, I had to know how. And what did Janet do? What was she not doing to keep that man? She couldn't keep Jermaine Dupri. What's wrong with her? Maybe it was her.
Is that where we're going? Okay, so let's go to this question though. We're talking about love languages because obviously cheating on Janet Jackson is on the table. Going back to love languages, if you with someone, because obviously you could cheat, right, with your love with Janet Jackson. I'm just like, I'm still blown that you like can't answer that question. Love languages. You have one love language and somebody have another.
Oh yeah.
Like, how does that work if that person's not willing to compromise? And they're like, well, that's just me. Are we cheating?
Well, then you can be just single. That's what you can be.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you a scenario. Right. You meet a girl. You really don't have a lot of time, but you know you always gonna take several days out of the month for yourself. You're not gonna book anything, whatever. You're gonna tell her out of these 3 days, you get 1 day, 24 hours. That's it. She agreed for the 24 hours. That's y'all agreement and everything. But she wants more. She agreed for the 24 hours with you, but then the rest of the month, those other 24 hours, she's gonna fill it in with someone else. But she fulfilled what she said with you.
With another.
It don't
Yeah.
matter, it ain't with you.
You shouldn't. I mean, if you don't have the time to give, why does it matter what someone's doing with their time? If you don't have the time to give, why does it matter what someone's doing with their time?
Oh, okay, yeah. So if you were that person and you ain't got no time, and then okay.
No, you agree. Hey, I got 24 hours out of a 30-day period, right?
Okay.
Now the 29 days, she doing what she want to do, but she's fulfilling. It's great when she with you.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, I guess that's how every relationship is. You know, like it's whatever works for y'all is like I'm like cool, as long as it ain't hurt nobody. Then hey, if you like it, I love it.
But is you mad like okay when it ain't your day or that day that you set aside? Maybe you go on social media and she's down there eating goat curd. Without you
smashing good curry.
You only give her that 1 day, so she cool with that 1 day. But you know, Jamaica is more than a 24-hour trip.
Yeah, so she down there with Usain Bolt having a good time.
Or anybody.
She ain't down there with you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if that's what I agreed to, then we gotta go with it then.
Did you agree
You
to?
just gotta go along till you can't stand it no more. I guess.
So do you have to agree to that? Do you have to agree to that, or do you have to agree to the fact of what you're willing to give? So if the contract is we got 1 day, and she said I got 1 day, okay. The other part has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean that it just depends on the person. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can deal with that or not.
You are the person in question.
You said, what about the person?
You're the person in question.
Oh no, hell no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
You are the
Now
person in
I do a lot
question.
of spontaneous stuff, so I'm like sometimes I'm like, hey, let's do this, and
Hmm.
if you can't roll, then that's I'm like, damn, I thought we should have kicked it, but then now I got to go back in the den and watch Netflix
Mm.
again.
Not in the
Or try to be
den.
spontaneous.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Eat some sushi.
Do you think relationships are contractual?
Uh, like you talking about like there are certain things you have to fulfill to make this
Whatever they are.
relationship.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, everybody has a role they're supposed to play in a relationship. So
Hmm.
both people got to hold they end up.
So quid pro quo.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people. I mean, they may slip sometimes, but I mean, I guess. I mean, yeah. You want it to be equal. Best you can.
I don't even know if is it an equality thing or is it just a contract to say this is what I give, this is what you give.
Hmm.
Because sometimes and this is just being honest, in all relationships, all type of relationships, it's not going to always be 50-50, because there may be a time where someone is like really busy, so that other person is giving a certain amount of something, but it shouldn't always be like that. It should flip flop.
Yeah,
But
because sometimes they be required to give 60 because they can only give
exactly.
50 right now.
Exactly. But at the same time, I think all relationships are contractual. I don't think that relationships should be transactional. I definitely think that relationships should be
That's
transform.
prostitution.
Transactional is like
It's a gray area.
it's it might be a gray area, right? But transactional is more like, well, I'm doing this because you did that. Contractual is more, this is what we are agreeing to. And sometimes we agree to things, the unspoken things, and or we agree to things that's in our head. You don't even have a lot of people honestly don't have conversations about their expectations. So everybody walking around with expectations and contracts that's like not even signed off on. And it's like, well, you're not doing this, but did that person say they were going to do that, or is that what was in your head? But I do think, relationships are contractual, because it is about what are you willing to do. And it's like, okay, can I deal with it? Okay, cool, boom, what are you willing to have? But like I was saying, like, definitely contractual. I don't believe that relationships, especially in romantic relationships, should not be transactional. They should be transformative. To me, your relationships, friendships, family, the people you're spending your time with, you should be transformed over time. You should be evolving as a person, and the people you're surrounding yourself with should be part of that, and you should be part of their evolution as well. So, excuse me, contractual, yes. Transactional, no. For me, that's my belief. That's what I want. What other people want. And again, there's no right or wrong. It's all about, like what you said, Renard. It's all about what you want, what works for you. Like for
Yeah,
some people, that might be
yeah,
cool. Like,
yeah,
oh, exactly. But you have to talk, and I think that's the biggest thing in a lot of relationships. People aren't having the conversations. They're not having the real conversations about what they want. They fix it in their mind. Like, I guess I could do that, but they don't really want that. Or someone say, this is my non-negotiable. So because you want to be with that person, you're like, oh yeah, I can do that. But truly, you really can't. You're gonna try to do that, but you can't. And I think also being honest with someone is also first being honest with yourself, because you can't be honest with somebody if you're not honest with yourself.
Right.
So contract. Y'all tell us what y'all think in the comments. While we're talking about this, what y'all think about transactions and contractional relationships.
So do you think now, since you're older, you're definitely in the 40 plus club, you from the beginning, you definitely kind of state what you expect or what you're going to give?
I'm only 37.
Well,
Why you on here lying? Why you always lying?
we picked the same month, date, and year.
What time were you born?
What time was you born?
I think about 1 p.m.
Oh,
What time were you born?
I was born early in the morning.
That's still twins. Twins can be born a few hours apart.
Yeah. We ain't got nobody that's in astrology and be using crystals to break the shit down, dude. You know, because girl, you be dating girls, they be like, "Oh yeah, when was you born?" I be like, "Yeah, this and that." And she's like,
Oh, you want to know your sun, moon, and rising, and all that situation?
Sure match up with my moon. And I was like, "Oh,
that's a topic for another show.
that's what they be. That's what they be, man. Yeah.
You use the location, the time, the date
To
find out all this stuff.
Stuff about you.
You can find your sun, moon, and rising, and all that stuff.
Is
Yeah.
any of it true? You seen any of it be true?
No, ain't nobody ever gave me a reading.
They probably looked his stuff up and was like, "I'm good."
Well, they probably take me back to
It was like,
They just couldn't handle a good strong ego. That's all that was. You ain't need them weak ass bitches. No
What?
I told you that we got cussed.
What? Sometimes you got to get a good cussing out.
So listen,
Yeah.
It's all right.
it's very true.
It's their mouth.
Yeah.
It's they lost though. You're right. It's they
But
lost.
I'm saying, other than that, but like, do you find yourself being more vocal now that you're older? Like, look, this is my way my life is set up. This is what I'm able to give, and you just let it be known.
Yeah,
from
I think
the
it's better.
beginning, like,
Yeah.
no time wasted.
Yeah.
Like,
So that way, when you give people the truth up front, then you give the person the option to say, "Oh, I'm cool with this," or "I'm not."
Absolutely.
People just want to. When you don't, then that's when people feel like they lied to, and then that's when
Exactly.
they get upset, and then when the people upset.
okay.
And people go on who rides, showing up your house and knocking at the door, busting out your window.
They just
Not that I ever did any of that.
Truth in all the relationships I've been in, so I ain't never had to deal with nothing like that.
for some reason, I just think that you're lying. I know him from.
I felt that. I felt it in my spirit. I felt it in my spirit that you were lying.
I just know he wasn't the Bible toting brother.
What?
You know, he was trying to save people's souls.
I was in church on Sunday though.
I
I was a junior deacon.
I saw a junior
I was
deacon.
assistant pastor.
And that sounds like someone who be lying. Not I was a junior deacon. Okay, so you were lying. I mean,
Black history. I was the youngest deacon ever. The youngest black deacon to lead a congregation in Boyd Hall.
honey,
Oh my God.
I don't have no comment.
My TSU people, look, y'all already know he know how to board how. So it's just like I just know there was just an influctuation.
Erica said he got Libra somewhere in that chart the way he be lying. So you got Libra somewhere in your chart the way he be lying. Before when we get off, I'm gonna get your time and your place of birth, and we gonna figure this out. We gonna see what's going on with you.
My name is speaking to some crystals. What?
I'm gonna let you know what your problem is.
Break me down. Break it down.
No. But yeah, so that's very interesting. That's very interesting. What was the craziest thing that has ever happened to you in a relationship?
Oh, for me?
Renard, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Or if you have an answer, Renee, go answer it first.
Well, it's always gonna be something that top to top. But now since I got an older child, my son, he tried to fight my friend.
Okay. kind of friend is this?
I
For
thought
clarification,
to be a good friend. You
you
know,
would y'all
I just
smash
think,
curry goat from time to time.
huh?
Oh, I say y'all smash curry goat from time to time.
Mm-hmm. But Corey was not
Extra
having
cabbage.
it. Corey was not having it. Corey tried to fight the boy. And I will give him kudos. He did not engage him at all. He did not. Because I'm just like, I know some other folks, they would have gave my son business. You know, it wouldn't have been nothing I could do. Would just stand back like a white lady. Yo, stop!
Stop it! Stop!
But yeah, like that was like the craziest thing. And I remember I seen him during homecoming. Did not speak of nothing. I wanted to go
Ooh.
over to speak, and I was just like, I'm not gonna do that. Cause that may just ruin his whole homecoming weekend. It's like, you know what? I ain't wanna see you ever again. So if you
Wow.
watching, sir, you know who you are. I miss you.
Renard, did you think of the craziest thing that's ever happened to you in a relationship?
Man, craziest thing in a relationship, man. Let's see. I don't think I ever had anything crazy. I don't think I ain't never had nothing crazy in a
Boy, you
relationship.
from
What's the
Memphis.
craziest thing you've ever done in a relationship?
Man. Probably um go over to a girl's house.
Unannounced.
Now I went over there. Let me see if I can't incriminate myself. I, I was I went somewhere. It was a situation happened.
Allegedly.
I
We're
grabbed
gonna
my
use
boots,
allegedly.
laced my boots up, and I was like, "Hey, if things is going crazy over here," and I drove over there in the middle of the night too, so you know it was something stupid.
Erica said wasn't for paying that ass
It
for ass.
was. No, that was the worst part. I didn't even get no ass. That was the situation. Look, I was out here ready to kill in these streets.
What was something like that had you like, you know what, I'm gonna go to war.
Okay.
It's one of them situations where you just fall in love, you don't have no choice. It's your heart just make a dumb decision. But you know, your heart just want what it want, you know what I'm saying? But your brain be like, hell no.
And your brain mix up with your feet and your hands, and you drive,
Yeah,
and
you can't
you.
explain why you doing dumb shit in the middle of the night. Yeah,
Well, what
why?
was she? Well, okay. What
I was gonna go try and protect her because I thought maybe she might have been in danger or something. So I was like, let me put my dumb ass life on the line and risk my freedom right here. Yeah, that part.
Dang.
So what made you think that she was in danger?
Like it was an incident that happened earlier with like somebody she was dating. And so I was like, I thought it could be an abusive situation, so I ain't know. So I was like, I didn't want that shit.
So you definitely was a side guy.
Man, I wasn't.
You just said it was.
I wasn't even. We wasn't together. Well, this wasn't even no relationship. This would make it even worse.
Oh my god.
He had infatuation.
It was an entanglement.
Yeah, like I was in love with her, but she was like, she just came out of a relationship.
It was a
She
situation.
wasn't ready to be in a relationship yet. Cause you know how
Right.
you need
Absolutely.
that space in between relationships to get your head right. Cause like when I broke off my engagement, I was like, oh cool, I ain't never getting married. I ain't never gonna be in another relationship. I'm just single for life. And then after a little while, I had a little time went by, and then I kind of healed, and I was like, all right, I'll be okay.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it was stupid. It was real dumb.
Damn, August I
Yeah.
What was that physical touch like? It was just like that.
It wasn't even like that.
He was just in love. He was just in love.
But I ain't never just said nobody like me. I'm
Yeah. Just being young and dumb. Young
You,
and dumb.
and I think that is the perfect thing, because we are the 40 spot, and where we are, what things I have done when I was younger, I'm like, I was crazy. I would not think. I can't say I wouldn't think of doing now, because I have thoughts, but I know not to act out on them.
Oh, I did one time. I was working. I was subbing at a school, and then this girl she was a real fine guidance counselor, and so I would go down there and hang out in the office and talk just to see her. But she was just eye candy, right? So one day she was like, "Damn," she was like, She like, I gotta." I think she was like, she said, no, she said, she either said she had a headache or she needed a Snickers, and so I left the school and got some Snickers or some Advil or something, and then brought it back over there and gave it to her.
But who was watching the kids?
She was guidance counselor. She was in the office.
No, but you were supposed to be the substitute teacher. So who was watching the kids in the classroom?
I don't know. I can't remember.
You left the kids.
No, I don't think I left the kids, but maybe I was doing some kind of job where maybe I wasn't in the classroom or something. whatever it was, I wasn't supposed to leave. Like maybe I was working. Maybe I was working in the office. I think because back in the day I used to take them office jobs. So you would sit, you'd be like secretary for the day.
So this is why kids. Well, I already know this from the public school system. So this is why the kids already kind of jacked up. Because they left unattended.
No, I was in the secretary office. I wasn't in the classroom. I was the secretary for the day.
Oh,
so I was in the office. So like I was supposed to be answering phones and shit, but I left for like 15 minutes real quick to go to the store.
So somebody that's trying to get in contact with their baby.
Yeah, they could do it.
So this is why
that's why you be calling the school sometime
and nobody answer, or you just left on hold for some god awful crazy.
Yeah, because I was at the office upstairs, so like you would transfer the call.
Oh my goodness, that is just so.
What happened? Is this over? What happened?
No, I think that it dropped her, but we just go keep the party going. I don't know. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Look, the people they still here. We still alive. Look
okay, all right, yeah, she gone.
We still here.
Yeah, okay.
See, Leo's got that power.
What? Oh yeah, I know.
We got that power. We got
secretly
that power.
Bumped off the podcast. We like to welcome all to y'all Branch Out podcast / OnlyFans account. It's about to get real freaky in here tonight.
Cash App us, $ Leo's 814.
Hope you bought your lube.
Oh my goodness, ma'am. Yes. What time Corn supposed to be picked up? Work. My mama love her grandbaby. She love her grandbaby. What time he supposed to get picked up?
I thought this house was haunted.
I missed the whole story. I wish I heard it.
You got scared?
I know. I got scared. I thought it was a Chucky doll finna walk around the corner. Like, what the hell? What the?
Oh my goodness!
It was real. Yeah, I was scared. Because I've been watching Chucky too. It was real scary.
Chucky's scary.
Oh, Chucky's scary. You never seen Child?
I have.
Man. But I mean, if you seen Chucky in real life, you'd be scared.
No.
It's a doll and it's talking to you and he got a knife in his hand. That's the only thing. I guess the only thing was Chucky never shot nobody head. Can Chucky shoot? I don't think his hand's big enough, but he can do everything else.
I don't know. He kind of strong though to be a dog.
Yeah, because he got the strength of a grown man.
Yeah. But like you say, his hands is
real. Yeah, because he up in there. He in the thing. So
is these the issues that little people have?
Man, probably. I mean, if you that strong, he got the full strength of a grown man inside a child, what do you call it, a doll's body.
Oh, okay.
So you know what I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah.
But you used to have one of my buddy.
Oh yeah, we had my buddy dog. You had one?
Was rich. No.
Oh man, she loved man. We used to.
We didn't have nothing name brand type of stuff that you seen on television.
We used to wrestle, but
guarantee you.
We gave our buddy a Jerry curl. Like we put a bunch of chemicals in his hair, and we called him Jerry Buddy. And then we would practice wrestling moves on there. Like, but it was off the chain. But yeah, that would have been, man. I mean,
it was bad.
You think you could transfer a soul into a dog?
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, but I mean, but you from?
Why you ask me? Ask her. She's from New
Orleans. You from New Orleans? Have you ever did voodoo or anything?
No, I have not.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was watching the show and trying to figure out. Like I'd be watching the little voodoo spells he be doing. You know, when he transferred his body into a dog.
Is that what you're trying to?
Hey, if I ever get into a robbery or something, well, because that's what happened to him. He was robbing a place, and then I think he got shot or something, was about to die. So he like, I'm gonna transfer my body into this dog, my soul into the dog.
Do you have a dog at home?
No, but
one of them dogs like that.
But if anybody out there got my buddy dog, hit us up. I mean, you can probably get one on eBay.
I just thought you had one of them dogs with a mouth like this.
What? Hell no.
And you trying to transfer soul over there? I don't want to be there.
No, those get multiple souls transferred in those dogs. Or should I say spirits or kids?
So you had one.
What?
You had one?
No, I never had one. I never had a dog or nothing like that. But I always thought they was hilarious though. Like somebody gave me one, I'd take it.
You try it out?
Yeah. Would I try it out? Man, I mean, yeah, you could, man. I guess on a slow week, you like, hey, you know, ain't nothing coming through this week. Let me go ahead and hit this battery operated right here.
Oh my God. And they said, why everybody asks folks from New Orleans whether they done voodoo or not?
Man, one thing I think even just dealing with, I think it's one of those things. Well, so I was watching the Breakfast Club one day, and so they was interviewing Gunplay from Miami, and so you know they don't, you know, they got I guess like you got a lot of Haitian folks down there and stuff. So they asked him about the voodoo. He asked him, he was like, man, do y'all pray? And everybody was like, yeah. And he was like, well, he said the word voodoo comes from the word voodoo, which means to pray. So he's like, if you pray, you practice voodoo. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. But I got to do some more research. But I just thought about it though. It's like, man, you know, because like when our ancestors came to America, they just told them everything that we had with us and everything we knew was bad and evil and dark. So yes, that just made me question, like, man, I want to just research more and be like, what is you know, what actually is voodoo? What is all this stuff? You know, where does it come from? You know,
right.
Things renamed and you know, labeled.
Yeah, and how can I get my soul into this my buddy dog?
Okay, I think it's a whole nother turn. So you know, I was with you until the my buddy dog.
Oh yeah. Welcome back.
Thank you. I don't know what happened. You know, technical difficulties all around. You get one. You get one.
It's all good.
Well, I want to share my story, but I mean, that's okay.
Share your story, girl. Share your story.
The craziest thing I have done, I don't know if it was for love or the craziest thing I've done that I could definitely remember. I was much younger. I just went, you know, I took a ride because I wanted to see what was going on. But instead of like pulling up like on the street, I went on another street because I knew there was like a gate in between a block and it was like an open grassy area. And so then I like parked my car and I'm like checking out the house, you know, from like a block or so away. And it was looking through my car to see what was happening. Yeah, I did that.
What? Girl, I would have rolled that car right up on the grass, get a donut, and let everybody know. You know what? Somebody was blowing on their horn.
And once I saw what's going on,
take a look. Free show for everybody.
Byron. I will say, when I was younger, it was nothing for me to jump in my car. Like I would jump in my car, like ring, at the door. It's me at the doorbell. Whatever you doing, you gonna stop because I'm gonna keep ringing. What? I have been delivered.
Thank God for deliverance that we not how you say our young dumb selves.
Young and dumb. It's funny now. It wasn't funny at the time, but it was.
Yeah, but looking back on it, you like that was real stupid.
Hey, girl, get it together.
It makes a great story.
Yeah. So,
it makes for great stories. I know you got some other good stories in there because I know who you used to be with in college, but you know it's all right.
Oh, me?
Man, it's lots.
I got some. I have stories. Those are stories for other episodes, for other topics, for you know. Speaking of, so our next episode is February 20th. And we're going to be talking about sex, love, and lies.
Lies and sex and love.
You know, And really, we're gonna be talking about the dating pool and how it has pee in it.
Oh, it's a lot of piss in it.
Girl, piss. It is pissy.
Yeah.
Probably
It's
got
a business situation. Highly pissy. Highly pissy. You think it's pissy today?
we'll have some stories then as well.
Might be a little bit of poop in the dating pool too.
Yeah, it is.
Agree. Stephen, no, you can't. You know. We got a little bit.
Yeah,
Lord have mercy.
they out there. They out there. They out there.
Well, that came up early.
What? Yeah. Excuse me for these announcements.
Well, we have an announcement.
Sponsors. We got the weather report coming up next.
Hello. I mean, if y'all want to dance.
I was like, man, she put the bounce edition of Happy Birthday.
Hey.
Like, I ain't never heard that one. What?
Well, we just want to say happy birthday.
Make this birthday song. Big Frida, what the hell?
Exactly. Happy birthday to everyone from the 40 spot in February. You know, we celebrate birthdays every episode because life is a gift, and we just want to make sure that we celebrate people. The birthdays that I'm celebrating and saying yes. My homegirl Guyana, her birthday is coming up. Kimberly, her birthday is February 14th, so she is definitely a love baby. George, one of our followers, happy birthday. And Chizza, happy birthday. She is a loyal follower. She comments, she gives us feedback. So happy birthday.
Yes. And I have a couple, my big brother that's crazy. And boy, we have stories for days. Bernard, aka Petey, one of my classmates, Reggie, he done made it over into the 40 plus club. My cousin, he is actually born on Valentine's Day. Kevin, aka Duke, I'm happy for you. My other cousin, Kojak. I have a cousin, Shakira. We call her Sweet Pea. She the last of the Mohicans. And my good close friend, Lydia from Mississippi. We just look, she got the best birthday because her birthday dropped when the taxes dropped. So her birthday always lit. Lit, baby. When I sit up there and say lit. So I look forward for her parties. Because guess what? Everybody had their tax money and stuff like that. So yes. So that's who we would like to celebrate. Do you have any birthdays or anybody who you want to shout out to?
For February?
Yeah.
I don't know nobody.
All right.
That's all right. Oh my goodness. This has been fun. This has really, 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 really been fun.
Absolutely.
So just a reminder again, our next episode is February 20th. And well, before that, we just thank everybody for tuning in with us, having a good time. This was, we had a couple issues, but we made it through and it was absolutely well worth it. Renard, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us, do you have any shows coming up that you want to tell the people about?
Yes, I will be. I'll be in Memphis in 2 weeks. But the guy has not sent me the flyer yet, so I don't know what the name of the place is. So but you can go to my website. It'll be on my website as soon as it's up, www.renardcomedy.com. Y'all follow me on all social media. Renard Comedy, RENARD COMEDY, on everything, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all
Facebook.
That. Yeah, Facebook.
You got TikTok?
I got TikTok.
You got a TikTok? Come on, 40 Club.
I got the TikTok, club. Yeah. Add the TikTok on there too, and Snapchat.
And all of them are the same.
Yeah, they all Renard Comedy.
Okay.
Make it simple and easy for the people out there.
And spell it one more time. Spell it out one more time for the people.
RENARD Comedy, COMEDY.
All right.
Yes. You
Oh,
so official.
Yeah. We trying to
Also,
be
we want to give a birthday
professional.
shout out to Fernette's dad, February 24th. She did put that in there. It's like, happy birthday, daddy. Big
happy
daddy, big
birthday.
daddy, big daddy. So,
Well, again, our next episode is February 20th, and we will be talking about sex, love, and lies, honey. We're going to be talking about dating. Obviously, we're going to be talking some more about smashing, all those great things. We will absolutely let you guys know the topic at hand. And in the meantime, engage with us on all social media at the 40 spot, the
yes.
40 spot. Everywhere. We are not on TikTok because
We owe.
Because they banned.
are we bad? That's possible.
That's we bad for business. Then we banned before we even get that count.
Right.
Y'all got pre-banned. They were like, look,
No,
before
don't
they
let
even get up and running, let's go ahead and let them know they can't do this.
exactly.
We're not gonna have it.
We've been shutting that motherfucker down. That's what it is.
I
That's
will.
what it is.
Shut it down.
That every entity don't want you to be great. It's always gonna be a hater. So that's all right. That's all right. TikTok.
But once again, we thank you all for joining us tonight. We thank you all for staying with us and just on the live and the replay. Thank you. Again, follow us, subscribe, share, like. We appreciate all that you do for us and we appreciate this community. So on that note, just remember, in all your loving, don't forget to love yourself. And have a wonderful week. We will see you February 20th. Bye.
Bye.
Stay lubricated, my friends.